Justice League Dark 19, James Tynion the fourth with
Oh, hell
Alvaro
yeah, it
Martinez.
is.
Yeah, that's pretty positive. We should mention as well, in case you've not read this book yet, there was a printing error if you picked the second print. Some of the pages are out of order. Don't ask how. It happens occasionally, and it's frustrating when it does. The digital version is correct, so yeah. Sorry, guys, if you picked it up in print and you were a bit confused.
Yeah. So I read it. So I fell asleep reading this the other night, so I had to read it again. But I read it digitally, so it's fine.
There are worse things in life.
Yeah. I really gonna miss Tynan on this book. I don't know when his last one is, but I know he's.
This is it.
You know, Ram V's taken over.
Yeah, this is the last time issue.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss him. I like what he leaves the state of magic in.
Yeah, this does
issue.
feel like he knew writing this. This was his last one because it opens. We're cutting between two time periods, a week apart, and it's Kirk interviewing Diana. In 1 week in the future, and we're cutting back to the action and stuff as it goes on. But the end of this first page is, Kirk saying, in short, what is magic? And that feels like the thesis of okay, Tynan's rest of this as this was his 19-20 issue run, whatever, including the other bits. That's what he was questioning, and he doesn't answer everything. He doesn't leave all the threads tied up. But we still have all the other kind to deal with. He's left that for Ramvi to deal with as he sees fit. He said this in his newsletter this week. If you want to go and check that out, he basically said, "Hey, it sucks I didn't get to do it because he wanted to, but Batman, which I get, and he didn't tell Ramvi like, oh, this is what I had planned. It's just like, hey,
these are the seeds. You go grow your
do what you want with it, but just please don't ignore it all." Which I appreciate that. But the actual issue. So I mean, a lot of great action.
Yeah, so we get the finale of the fight between Cersei's in Justice League Dark, which she officially calls them, which I thought was good. And you can kind of tell this. I don't want to say it was rushed, but I feel like he had more planned for some of this because it ends very abruptly. But in the best way possible, I think he sticks the landing where, it looks like Cersei's going to win, right? And then Diana, with the deal she made with Upside Down Man, comes out through. But she's fully, I guess, you don't want to say possessed by Hecate, but it's Diana in three forms, right? Like Hecate. And they start going to war with Cersei, and they go through the Injustice League Dark. And like probably the part of that made me laugh the most was when they told Papa Midnight,
It's like, you can feel how powerful I am. Do you really want to go there?
Yeah. No,
I surrender.
I don't. I surrender. And Clarion takes Zombie Grundy
and just runs off.
And runs off, and Cersei's looking at everything falling apart, and even Floronic Man's kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm done. Although I feel like he's going to be the bridge to the next story arc.
Given that Ramvi did the Parliament of Flowers annual, which I should probably go back and read now that he's taken over the book. You should.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we see, Diana with the power of Hecate come back and basically help Cersei come to terms with magic, right? Like, yes, you wanted to win, but at what cost? Magic's something that's meant to be shared. You're kind of hoarding it. And at first it looks like Cersei's going to give in, right? And then no, she decides that she's going to attack Diana with Eclipso and the Black Diamond. And it cuts her, and we see Diana possessed by Eclipso. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look great, doesn't it? The art is fantastic. There are some wonderful colors. Who's the colors? Brad Anderson doing an incredible job.
I also like how the triple Diana deals with the dragon, where it's like, you're just reanimated bones back from when she came. Yeah, and turns them into treasure. Which
that page with the gorgeous layout of Fate, as Khalid now shows up in the middle, and some incredible layout work, and it's kind of fixing the things that have been gone wrong. That's the page that was in the wrong place. It was actually like 2 or 3 pages earlier in the printed edition than it should have been.
Okay.
Yeah,
that wouldn't have been good. But yeah, so Khalid shows back up to save everybody from Eclipso.
And Kent's like, oh man, what the hell did you do?
What'd you do? He goes, no, it's fine. And he's basically, he had made the deal with Naboo that, no, you work for me now. This is how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where he says all of this.
Yeah, it's Naboo talking, saying his host has shown him there's still work to do to contain chaos. I've given him control, and he has the power. Yeah,
but no, that layout with him where you see it makes a pentagram, not a pinnacle, and whatnot, and so Diana reaches out to Cersei, and it's on this realm, but it's not just the realm she was on the moon. Like there's waterfalls and everything, and it's
gorgeous. Yeah,
she gives Cersei magic and says, "You're now the Guardian. Protect it."
And this actually, I know last week in Wonder Woman 750, we were like, "This doesn't feel like the Cersei we've been reading. This feels like the first step towards that Cersei."
Yep. So, and she's like, "Well, this is kind of what I wanted, but I'll always double cross you."
And she's like, "Well, yeah. We'll see, but I'm not going to trust you just to have all this magic out in the wild. Come on,
right?
You can stay here until I feel like I can trust you some more."
Yeah. So not only do they contain Cersei, they basically Dorian Gray her and place her into a mirror that's laced with the black diamond, and nth metal from Dr. Blate's helmet.
Yeah. And Zatanna's like, "Damn, this is impressive."
Yeah, good job. Yeah. Also, Bobo coming to his senses and be like, "Look, I know I'm a chimp, but I'm civilized. Where's my clothes?
Yeah.
Why am I not wearing pants?"
The first time, it's like, "Why the f am I naked? What the hell's going on?"
I might be a chimpanzee, but I'm not a nudist.
And you've got Kogo. Khalid, sorry, I think I tried to eat you. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yep. And so now Papa Midnight's gonna be kind of staying around because we're going to need your help in dealing with this. You helped create this mess. And Khalid's now fate, so we'll have him and Kent Nelson. And I like that. It's very magical firestorm almost. Because you have Kent Nelson, who's been with Naboo forever, and he knows the magic. And then you have Khalid, who's still learning, but has Naboo's trust more than Kent ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then Diana tells him about the deal that she made with Upside Down Man, and that she might have doomed us all, but there's only one way to see,
and we're in the Oblivion Bar, and Dead Man's there now as well.
Yep. You have Dead Man, you have Tracy 13 there still, and who's the guy in the suit?
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that either, because Constantine's up the other end. It looks like it could be Jason Blood, maybe.
That's what I was thinking too. But so if we were going this chronologically, so the week later, Man-Bat's interviewing her about what magic is, and he kind of goes through what everyone else says that magic is, and this is why I like Tynion, is he really does think about the mind space of all the other characters.
Yeah, it's not just his opinion; it's what would this person think.
Right. And I'm trying to get to that page where
it's pretty early on, I think.
Just what is magic? Let's go back.
Here we go. Bobo called it a curse. Khalid called it a burden, and Zatanna just gave him a look, and he was pretty horrified by it.
Which to me is what was that look? Is that she's like?
It's a don't go there. You're not ready sort of look.
Right. So. And then, and then for him, it's a science, right? Yeah. And for Diana, it basically becomes magic it's the impossible made possible.
Yeah, it's she would say it's wonder. But then we come back a little bit later and she goes, but I can't call it wonder. That would be a lie because there's too much of a darkness to its edge. You know, it's power, power and fear.
The universe.
Yeah.
And that's what she's learned through this. There's nothing There's nothing that feels as good or as right as wielding that power, and there's nothing in my life that I feared more. And again, that's what makes her Wonder Woman.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm glad that Tynion has such a grasp on characters in team settings. Like, this boils down to a conversation with Mandat, right? Who's approaching this at a scientific level, and she's just kind of like, well, it's not necessarily science. It's
magic. Essentially,
you can't look at it at that way. And then so towards the end, we get a hint that, you know, there's stuff stirring in the green in the Parliament, and the tease for the next issue or the next storyline is that it says the Parliament of Life.
Yeah,
and,
because on that big page where they're fixing everything, they're trying to fix it. Okay, they put Bobo and Kirk back, but Swamp Thing, right. She says you can't reach him. Only sense the faintest trace in the green, and Kelly's like, right, okay, well, problem for another day. Just do what we can now. Right. But it is okay. That's something that we're going to get back to, and I wasn't even sure we'd get at this issue, but it is no. That's the next thing. We are going to go find Swamp Thing in the Parliament, by the sounds of it.
Which makes sense with Ram V, because he did the Floronic Man issue.
Yep.
And set that up. So that's where we're going to go. So yeah, Tynion leaves it in a nice, neat place. I like the idea of the Upside Down Man's not done, right? But done for now.
There's an art in leaving a book with thread still going for someone to pick up, but still giving it an ending in its own right. Because I think a lot of comic traders have a tendency to want to put the toys back in the box where they found them for someone else to have their turn with what they think of their story. Whereas this is more no, I've done my bit. I've done most of a story. Now it's your turn to pick up some of the things I didn't finish off, and there is an art to that. I
always say Morrison. Most of Morrison's stuff's not for me, but he is really a master at that, like creating Professor Pig, and then just having Professor Pig
so that someone can use him later.
Exactly, So, or just the concept of Talia and Leviathan. Like, look what Bendis has done with Leviathan since, and as far as I know, that was Morrison's creation for her to get out from Ra's al Ghul's shadow. So
I think so.
Yeah. So there is an art to it.
The entirety of the Silencer only exists because of that.
Right.
In a roundabout way, and it is leaving those threads in a way that I've told a story with them, but it's not done.
Right.
And that's what we've got here. No, this is a great issue. I'm sad to see Tynion leave because
Me too.
It's been consistently one of my favorite books for the last nearly 2 years now.
Yep.
I hope Rambi is anywhere near as good.
Yeah. So what you rating it?
I have this 8.5.
Yeah, me too. Weird. I don't like when we line up because you're way more consistent than I am. So.